Welcome back, and we continue our coverage of the second and final day of the voting of Egyptians inside Egypt in the first phase of parliamentary elections. Right now we are joined by our correspondent Ahmed Nader in the National Election Authority. Ahmed, good evening again.
Good evening, Mohammed.
Ahmed, we were just following the press conference of Councillor Ahmed Bendari, head of the Executive Office of the National Election Authority. Would you brief us about this conference?
Yes, exactly, Mohammed. As you said, this was the third and final press conference for the day from the National Elections Authority, headed by the head of the Executive Committee of the National Elections Authority, Councillor Ahmed Bendari, as you mentioned. And we did see the process of checking up on different polling stations on 14 governorates all across Egypt, spanning from Upper Egypt until the Mediterranean coastal governorates such as Alexandria and Bahira, Mersa Matruh, for example. On the other hand, governorates such as Minya, Luxor, Aswan, Sohag, Asyut, and all those big governorates, including El Giza, which is one of the main governorates here in Egypt, having a population of more than 35 million citizens, 35 million Egyptians, had the chance to be casting their votes. And as you said, the last press conference that was just concluded moments ago, right from this room, the control room, the operations room, taking place here in the National Elections Authority. And right there, Councillor Bendari was sitting, and he was checking up on the developments of each governorate on each polling station all over Egypt. What were the main violations? What were the main problems? But luckily, as we did see over the past couple of days, for today and for yesterday as well, there were no big violations, there were no big problems facing the voters and facing the judicial authority men, the judges, the councillors, the civil servants, overlooking the process of the voting process here in Egypt for the Egyptian citizens and for the parliamentary elections and the elections for the House of Representatives. So main problems or no main problems were reported today and yesterday as well, and hopefully the counting process will be going without any problems too, because we have seen the main statements, the main messages sent by Councillor Bendari, which was to be counting the votes but not announcing the results. This is not the main mission of the polling stations and the judges at the polling stations. This is the main mission of the National Elections Authority, and it will be taking place next week, the announcement of results for the 14 governorates, which are comprising the first phase for the House of Representatives elections. Mohammed.
So, Ahmed, I bet you've talked with lots of people participating and taking part in this process of elections. What do you think people expect from the coming elected parliament? What do they need from this parliament?
Yes, as you said, Mohammed, we have had a lot of conversations with people living outside of Egypt, the Egyptian expatriates and the Egyptians living within Egypt for the election, speaking about their main priorities, what is the main vision regarding the upcoming House of Representatives. And they want to be linked more, especially the expatriates, for example. They want to be having more links with the homeland, to be having the opportunity to be investing in the Egyptian economy, to be getting a bigger idea of what will be happening in terms of infrastructure, in terms of development in a lot of aspects. This is the main mission of the House of Representatives, in coordination with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, for example. And this is the benefit of the Egyptian expatriates. As for the Egyptians living within Egypt, we do know that the elections for the House of Representatives is more popular than the elections for the Senate, for example. So we are expecting bigger numbers to have participated in the elections this time around, in the parliamentary elections or the elections for the House of Representatives. So upon the announcement of, we will be expecting bigger numbers, a higher turnout of Egyptians voting and participating in the elections, because we do know that a lot of people have favorite candidates in certain constituencies in different governorates, in the 14 governorates that we have covered over the past couple of days. So they have certain demands of them. They tell them what they need. They tell them, the voters, they tell them what they expect from the candidates for the upcoming elections or for the upcoming House of Representatives if they win a seat in the Parliament. Muhammad.
Well, Ahmed, throughout these 2 days of voting for Egyptians, I would like you to tell me about things you've witnessed that really tell of whether real cooperation among state bodies to facilitate voting for Egyptians, or even things that you observe that needs to be raised.
Unfortunately, Muhammad, you do know that I am based at the National Elections Authority, so all I'm dealing with is Councillor Ahmed, for example, the head of the Executive Committee of the National Elections Authority. So though I don't get a chance to be dealing with candidates, I don't get a chance to be dealing with voters, for example, or even people on the streets. But upon speaking to the head of the Executive Authority of the National Elections Authority, or the Executive Committee of the National Elections Authority, Councillor Ahmed, he told me several times that there is coordination between the Ministry of Interior, for example, for the safety and security of the polling stations all over Egypt in different governorates, in 14 different governorates. There is a coordination with the Authority for Ambulance, the Ministry of Health. Before that, there was coordination between the National Elections Authority and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the Egyptian expatriates to be casting their votes. There was coordination and cooperation between the National Elections Authority and the different institutions like the international observers on the ground coming from the United Nations, the Arab League, the African Union, the Arab countries. There is coordination between the National Elections Authority and different institutions from within Egypt and from outside of it to be guaranteeing the success of the process for the parliamentary elections or for the elections of the House of Representatives. And this tells us what happened over the past couple of days here within Egypt, and for Friday and Saturday, the elections that took place for the Egyptian expatriates. So this is the main headquarters overseeing the whole process of voting outside of Egypt and inside of it.
Well, talking of international observers or even civil society observers, has the National Elections Authority received any major complaints about major violations or even irregularities throughout these 2 days?
No, Muhammad, as you said, the international observers are on the ground in different governorates, as we did speak before in the last feed. I think at 8 p.m. Cairo local time, we have seen the other interviews conducted by Nile TV International with different observers, like in Alexandria, for example, and from different governorates as well, speaking in every possible language, speaking about the things that they have seen, the process of voting itself in different governorates. And Alexandria is a big governorate with a huge population. A lot of people are going and voting, and the number of candidates we are vying for different places in the parliamentary elections, in the elections for the House of Representatives. So to be speaking about Alexandria in specific, no violations, no big issues, no main problems. This is a testament to the success of the parliamentary elections so far, Muhammad.
Yes, Ahmed, Nader, our correspondent in the National Election Authority headquarters, thank you very much for being with us.